Hey everyone, welcome back to Daily English Actually. I'm Sophie and I'm here with...
Alex, hey, good to see you all again.
How are you doing today, Alex?
I'm doing great. Actually, I'm really excited today because I've been thinking a lot about the future lately.
Oh, really? What's got you thinking about the future?
Well, it's almost spring here in New Hampshire, and I always get this feeling of new beginnings. Like when the snow starts melting, I start thinking about what I want to do with my life.
I totally get that. Spring does that to people. Back when I was growing up here in New Hampshire, my mom always said spring was the time to make plans and set goals.
Exactly. And actually, that's perfect because today we want to talk about future plans with all of you. How to talk about what you want to do, your dreams, your goals, all in English.
Yes, this is such an important topic because, let's be honest, people always ask, what are your plans? Or what do you want to do in the future, right?
Oh, absolutely. When I first moved here from Ontario to New Hampshire, everyone kept asking me, so what are your plans? How long are you staying? I had to learn how to talk about my future in English really quickly.
I can imagine. And you know what? It can be stressful when people ask about your future, especially if you're still figuring things out.
So true. I remember feeling really nervous when people asked me about my plans because I wasn't always sure how to answer in English. Sometimes I knew what I wanted to say in my head, but I couldn't find the right words.
That's exactly why this episode is so important. We're going to teach you the vocabulary, the phrases, and the confidence to talk about your future in English naturally.
Yes, and we'll share some of our own plans and dreams too, so you can hear how real people talk about this stuff.
Sounds perfect. Are you ready, Alex?
Absolutely. Let's do this.
So, Alex, let me ask you, what are your career goals for the next few years?
Well, I really want to improve my teaching skills. I love what we do here with the podcast, but I'd also like to maybe get certified to teach English online to students around the world.
Oh, that's a great goal. So you're planning to get a certification?
Yeah, exactly. I'm planning to take a course this summer. There are these online TEFL courses, teaching English as a foreign language, and I think it would really help me become a better teacher.
That's awesome. I love how specific your goal is. You're not just saying, I want to be a better teacher. You have a concrete plan.
Concrete. Oh, that's a good word. What does concrete mean in this context, Sophie?
Great question. When we say a plan is concrete, we mean it's specific and clear, not vague or general. For example, I want to be successful is vague, but I want to get promoted to manager by next year is concrete.
Ah, I see. So a concrete plan has specific details.
Exactly. Like, I'm going to study English for 30 minutes every day is concrete, but I want to study more is vague.
That's such a useful word. Thanks for explaining. So, Sophie, what about you? Any big career plans?
I've been thinking about writing a book, like an English learning book for beginners.
Wow, really? That's ambitious.
Ambitious. Oh, that's a good word. Listeners, did you catch that? Ambitious.
Oh, yeah. What does ambitious mean, Sophie?
Ambitious means having big goals or dreams that require a lot of effort and determination. For example, climbing Mount Everest is very ambitious, or she has ambitious plans to start her own business.
Right. So when I say Sophie's plan to write a book is ambitious, I mean it's a big, challenging goal, but in a good way.
Exactly. It's actually a compliment. If someone calls you ambitious, it means they think you have big dreams and the courage to pursue them.
I love that. Sophie, I think writing a book is totally achievable for you.
Achievable? Are you teaching vocabulary now?
Maybe. Okay, listeners, achievable means possible to reach or accomplish. Like learning 10 new English words a day is achievable, or getting a promotion this year is achievable if I work hard.
Perfect explanation. So, my book goal is ambitious, but it's also achievable if I work consistently.
Exactly. See, we're already using this vocabulary naturally. And you know what, Sophie? I think having career goals is so important. It gives you something to work toward.
I completely agree. It's like having a destination when you're on a road trip. You need to know where you're going.
Great analogy. And speaking of destinations, I actually have another career goal too.
Oh, yeah? What's that?
I want to eventually work as a language consultant for companies, like helping businesses communicate better in English.
Oh, that sounds interesting. Is that a long-term goal?
Yeah, definitely. Maybe in 5 or 10 years. Right now I'm focusing on getting more teaching experience and building my skills.
That's smart. You're thinking ahead, but also being realistic about the timeline. Okay, so we talked about career goals. But what about personal goals? Like things you want to do in your personal life?
Oh, good question. Well, I really want to travel more. Actually, I'm hoping to visit Japan next year.
Japan. That's exciting. Have you started planning the trip yet?
Not really. I'm just in the early stages, researching places to visit, looking at flights, that kind of thing.
So you're in the planning phase.
Planning phase, yes, that's exactly what I mean. Listeners, when we say we're in the planning phase, it means we're at the beginning of organizing something. We're thinking about it and making plans, but we haven't taken action yet.
Right. Like, I'm in the planning phase of my wedding means you're thinking about the wedding, maybe looking at venues, but you haven't booked anything yet.
Perfect example. So yeah, I'm definitely in the planning phase for Japan. I've been watching YouTube videos about Tokyo and Kyoto, looking at travel blogs, making lists of places I want to see.
That sounds amazing. I've always wanted to visit Japan too. The culture, the food, the temples, it all seems so fascinating.
Right? Maybe we should plan a trip together sometime.
That would be fun. Okay, so Japan is your travel goal. What about you, Sophie? Any personal goals? Well, this might sound simple, but I want to learn how to cook better. I mean, I can cook basic things, but I want to master some more complicated recipes.
Oh, like what?
I don't know, maybe French cuisine or Italian pasta dishes. I love watching cooking shows, and I always think, I wish I could make that.
Nice. So you want to expand your cooking skills. Have you started taking any cooking classes or anything?
Not yet, but I'm thinking about it. There's actually a cooking school here in New Hampshire that offers weekend classes. I might sign up for one this spring.
That's great. See, you're already moving from the idea stage to the planning stage.
True. I think it's important to have hobbies and personal goals, not just work goals. It makes life more balanced.
I completely agree. Actually, that reminds me. When I lived in Ontario, I used to have this goal of learning to ice skate really well because, Canada and hockey.
Did you achieve that goal?
Honestly, not really. I can skate, but I'm not great. But that's okay. Not every goal has to be achieved perfectly.
That's such an important point, Alex. Sometimes we set goals and we don't reach them completely, and that's totally fine. The important thing is that we try.
Exactly. And sometimes our goals change as we grow and learn more about ourselves. Like, I thought I wanted to be a great ice skater, but then I realized I actually prefer other activities.
Right. Goals can evolve. They're not set in stone.
Set in stone. That's a great phrase. Listeners, when something is set in stone, it means it's permanent and cannot be changed. But when we say something is not set in stone, we mean it can change.
Good catch. So you could say, my plans for the weekend aren't set in stone, meaning you might change them.
Perfect. Okay, so personal goals. They're important, and they don't have to be set in stone. You can adjust them as you go.
You know what's interesting, Sophie? We've been talking about goals that are like months or years away, but what about short-term plans?
Oh, good point. So, listeners, there's a difference between short-term and long-term plans.
Right. Short-term plans are things you want to do soon, like this week, this month, or maybe in the next few months.
And long-term plans are bigger things that might take years to achieve, like getting a degree, buying a house, or starting a family.
Exactly. And both types of plans are important. Short-term plans help you stay motivated day to day, and long-term plans give you direction for the future.
That's a great way to put it. So, Alex, what's a short-term plan you have?
Let me think. Oh, I'm planning to start exercising regularly starting next week.
Oh, that's a great goal. Are you going to join a gym?
Maybe. I'm still deciding. I'm considering either joining the gym downtown or just working out at home with YouTube videos.
Both are good options. What's making you hesitate?
Well, the gym is more expensive, but it has more equipment, and it's motivating to be around other people who are working out. But working out at home is free and more convenient.
True. Well, whatever you decide, the important thing is that you're taking action.
Yeah, I want to make it a habit.
Habit. Oh, that's another useful word. Listeners, a habit is something you do regularly, often without thinking about it. Like, I have a habit of drinking coffee every morning, or she has a good habit of reading before bed.
Yeah, and habits can be good or bad, right?
Exactly. Smoking is a bad habit, or exercising daily is a good habit. And you know what's interesting? It takes about 21 to 30 days to form a new habit.
Really? I didn't know the exact number, but that makes sense. So if I exercise every day for a month, it'll become automatic?
Pretty much. That's what the research shows. The first few weeks are the hardest, but after that, it becomes easier because it's a habit.
That's encouraging. Okay, what about you, Sophie? What's a short-term plan you have?
Oh, I'm planning to organize my home office this weekend. It's a mess right now.
Okay, that's definitely short-term. Just this weekend?
Yep, I'm going to clean out all the old papers, organize my books, and maybe rearrange the furniture.
That sounds productive. Do you have a long-term plan related to your office?
Actually, yes. Long term, I want to create a really inspiring workspace, like paint the walls, add some plants, get better lighting, make it a place where I actually enjoy working.
I love that. So organizing this weekend is a short-term step toward your long-term vision.
Exactly. That's how goals work, right? You take small steps that lead to bigger achievements.
Perfectly said. And listeners, that's a great lesson. Don't just focus on the big, long-term goals. Break them down into smaller, short-term actions that you can do today, this week, or this month.
Yes, because long-term goals can feel overwhelming if you don't have short-term steps to get there. Okay, so we've talked about goals and plans, but what about dreams? Like big dreams that might seem a little unrealistic, but you still think about them?
Oh, I love this question. Okay. My big dream, I would love to own a small cabin in the mountains somewhere. Like a peaceful place where I can go to relax and disconnect from everything.
Wow, that sounds amazing. In New Hampshire, maybe?
Yeah, maybe. Or back in Ontario, near the lakes. I don't know, just somewhere quiet and beautiful. Somewhere I can go hiking, sit by a fireplace, read books.
That sounds so peaceful. Actually, that's a good word, peaceful. But there's an even better word.
Tranquil?
Yes, tranquil, that's the word. Listeners, tranquil means peaceful and calm, without any stress or noise. Like, the lake was tranquil in the early morning, or I need a tranquil place to study.
Great word. So my dream cabin would be in a tranquil location.
Perfect. And you know what? I don't think that dream is unrealistic at all. It might take some time and saving money, but it's definitely possible.
Thanks, Sophie. That means a lot. What about you? What's your big dream?
Okay, my big dream is maybe a little different. I've always wanted to speak at a big conference about English teaching, like inspire hundreds of teachers and students.
Sophie, that's such a cool dream. And honestly, I think you could totally do that.
You think so?
Absolutely. You're great at explaining things, you're passionate about teaching, you connect well with people. I mean, why not?
Thanks, Alex. You know what? Talking about dreams out loud makes them feel more real somehow.
I totally agree. There's actually research that shows when you tell people about your goals, you're more likely to achieve them.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's called accountability. When you share your goals with others, you feel more responsible for actually doing them.
That makes sense. So, listeners, don't be shy about sharing your dreams and goals with people. It can actually help you succeed.
Exactly. And you know what else? Even if a dream seems impossible right now, it's still worth having. Dreams motivate us and give us something to aspire to.
Aspire, that's a good word. Listeners, aspire means to have a strong desire to achieve something. Like, I aspire to become a doctor, or she aspires to be fluent in 5 languages.
Nice. So we can aspire to big things even if we're not sure how to get there yet.
Absolutely. Some of the most successful people started with dreams that seemed impossible.
True. I mean, think about people who dreamed of going to space or starting huge companies or becoming famous artists. They all started with a dream.
Exactly. So dream big, everyone. Okay, here's something that I think is really important for our listeners to learn. Sometimes people ask about your future, but you don't have a clear answer yet.
Oh, yeah, this happens all the time.
Right. So, how do you answer in English when you're not sure about your plans?
Good question. Well, there are some useful phrases, like you can say, I'm not sure yet, or I'm still thinking about it, or I haven't decided.
Exactly. Or you can say, I'm considering a few options.
Considering, that's a good word to explain. Listeners, when you're considering something, it means you're thinking about it carefully before making a decision. Like, I'm considering 2 job offers, or we're considering moving to a bigger house.
Perfect. So if someone asks, what are your plans for next year? And you don't know yet, you can say, I'm still considering my options.
Yeah, or I'm exploring different possibilities.
Ooh, exploring. That's another good one. It means you're looking at different choices and learning about them.
Right, like I'm exploring different career paths, or she's exploring options for graduate school.
This is so helpful because let's be honest, most of us don't have everything figured out.
Absolutely. And that's completely okay. It's normal to not have all the answers about your future.
You know, Alex, I think there's a lot of pressure in society to have everything planned out. But the reality is that life is unpredictable.
So true. I mean, when I was living in Canada, I never imagined I'd end up in New Hampshire. Life took me in a direction I didn't expect.
Exactly. And sometimes those unexpected paths lead to amazing opportunities.
Absolutely. So, listeners, it's okay to say, I don't know yet, or I'm still figuring it out. You don't have to have all the answers.
And here's another useful phrase. I'm keeping my options open.
Oh, that's a great one. What does that mean exactly?
It means you're not committing to one specific plan because you want to see what opportunities come up. Like, I'm keeping my options open for after graduation means you're willing to consider different jobs or paths.
I love that phrase. It sounds flexible and open-minded.
Exactly. And being flexible is actually a good quality when it comes to planning your future.
Sophie, let's talk about confidence for a minute. A lot of our listeners might feel nervous talking about their future in English.
That's such a good point. Yeah, it can be intimidating.
So what advice would you give them?
Well, first of all, remember that you don't need to use fancy vocabulary. Simple, clear language is perfectly fine.
Right, like you don't have to say, I aspire to pursue a career in the medical field. You can just say, I want to be a doctor.
Exactly. Both are correct, but the simpler version is just as good.
And another tip, it's okay to take your time when you're speaking. You can pause, think, and then answer.
Yes, native speakers do this all the time. We say things like, let me think, or, well, or.
Those are called fillers, and they're totally normal and natural in conversation.
Absolutely. So don't feel like you have to answer immediately. Take a breath, think about what you want to say, and then speak.
Great advice. And remember, making mistakes is part of learning.
So true. I make mistakes in English all the time, and it's my first language.
Same here. Language is messy and imperfect, and that's okay.
Okay, Alex, let's do a role play to show our listeners how this works in a real conversation. I'll be a student, and you ask me about my future plans.
Sounds good. Okay, here we go. So, Sophie, what are your plans after you finish university?
Well, I'm still considering my options. I'm thinking about either getting a job in marketing or maybe traveling for a year.
Oh, interesting. Traveling sounds exciting. Do you have any specific places in mind?
I'm exploring a few possibilities. Maybe Southeast Asia or South America. I haven't decided yet, but I want to go somewhere with a different culture and beautiful nature.
That sounds amazing. And what about long term? Do you have any career goals?
Yeah, eventually I want to work in digital marketing for a big company. It's ambitious, but I think it's achievable if I gain the right experience.
I'm sure you'll do great. Are you doing anything now to prepare for that goal?
Yes, I'm actually taking an online course in social media marketing, and I'm trying to build my portfolio. I'm in the planning phase, but I'm making progress.
That's fantastic. Good luck with your plans.
Thank you. Okay, see? That's a natural conversation about future plans.
And listeners, did you notice how Sophie used the vocabulary we taught? Considering options, exploring possibilities, ambitious, achievable, planning phase?
Exactly. And notice how the conversation flowed naturally. I didn't just list my plans, we had a real back and forth dialogue.
Right, that's how real conversations work. Someone asks a question, you answer. They ask a follow-up question, you give more details.
Yes, and it's okay to give short answers sometimes and longer answers other times. Just be natural.
Perfect. Now it's your turn to practice, listeners. Try having a conversation with a friend, or even practice alone in front of a mirror. You know, Sophie, we covered some really useful words today. Should we do a quick review?
Great idea. Let's go through the main words we learned.
Okay, first one, concrete. A concrete plan is specific and clear, not vague.
Second, ambitious. This means having big goals that require effort and determination.
Third, achievable. Something that's possible to reach or accomplish.
Fourth, habit. something you do regularly, often without thinking about it.
5th, tranquil, peaceful and calm, without stress or noise.
6th, considering, thinking carefully about something before making a decision.
7th, exploring, looking at different choices and learning about them.
And 8th, aspire, to have a strong desire to achieve something.
Perfect. Those are 8 super useful words for talking about your future plans.
And remember, you don't have to memorize all of these today. Just start using 1 or 2 in your conversations and gradually add more.
Exactly. Language learning is a process, not a race.
Before we wrap up, Alex, let's give our listeners some practical tips they can use right away. Love it! Okay, tip number 1, write down your goals. Just the act of writing them makes them more real. Great tip. Tip number 2, practice talking about your plans out loud, even if you're alone. This helps you get comfortable with the vocabulary and phrases. Tip number 3, don't be afraid to say, "I don't know yet." It's a perfectly acceptable answer. Tip number 4, ask other people about their plans. It's a great conversation starter, and you'll learn how native speakers talk about the future. Ooh, good one. Tip number 5, remember that plans can change, and that's okay. Be flexible and open to new opportunities. And finally, tip number 6, believe in yourself. Your dreams and goals are valid, no matter how big or small they are. I love that. Those are 6 solid tips that everyone can use starting today. Wow, we covered a lot today, didn't we?
We really did. I hope our listeners feel more confident talking about their future plans in English now.
Me too. And remember, everyone, it's okay if you don't have everything figured out. Life is about exploring, learning, and growing.
Absolutely. And your English journey is the same way. You don't have to be perfect. Just keep practicing, keep learning, and keep improving little by little.
Such good advice, Alex. You know, I'm really proud of all our listeners who are working hard to improve their English. It takes courage to learn a new language.
Definitely. And we're here to support you every step of the way.
Okay, before we go, we want to hear from you. What are your future plans? What are your dreams and goals?
Yeah, leave us a comment or send us a message. We love hearing from you all. Tell us, what's one goal you have for this year?
Or tell us, what's your biggest dream for the future?
We read all your messages, and sometimes we even answer questions in our episodes.
That's true. So don't be shy. Reach out to us.
All right, everyone. Thank you so much for listening to Daily English Actually.
We hope you enjoyed this episode about talking about your future plans in English.
Remember to practice the vocabulary we learned today. And don't forget, you can always come back and listen to this episode again.
Yes, repetition is key to learning.
Absolutely. Okay, I'm Alex.
And I'm Sophie.
And we'll see you next time.
Keep practicing, keep dreaming, and keep speaking English.
Bye, everyone.
Take care.
See you soon.